Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hey. Interesting thing we have here. You're not in my head. You're in third person. That's right. I got a camera account. Or more like another one of my accounts on a different console, which is very interesting to have since, I finally have a way to do time lapses in here. I told you I'd figure it out. I told you since like the first episode, I think. I don't remember, but I have it. Finally, it's done. I have a camera account. With this obviously comes certain limitations, like we can't record in the Nether. Because on my PC, I can get a texture pack, which is what this account is, and this camera account isn't on PC, it's on Xbox, and which is really funny, which, whatever, and all, but guess what? It is how it is. Now, with all of that out of the way, I'd like to formally introduce myself as Shadow Knight. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, because I know I am, because I have time lapses, and I have a third-person view. The only problem is that this account is, yes, in survival mode. See, I can punch it, which is bad. There we go. I had to readjust the camera real quick. Whatever. This room is quite crowded. It's alright. I kind of wanted to. If you can't tell what this is my basement of my house, the middle basement, because there's two basements. But I do quickly want to talk about what we are going to do today. I need to fix the freaking Ocean Monument farm. It's broken. It didn't work in the first place. We're gonna have to basically rebuild it in today's episode, which sucks, but we should hopefully be able to get more content out of it now because of you, the camera account. And I would like to say this is very much appreciated to finally be having that. So I will take you from my head, from the camera account, to my head. Alright, so now you're finally in my head. I would like to quickly show this off. This is the camera account. So if you randomly see it in the background somewhere, just know that it's just being a camera. It's not doing much. It's straight up just being a camera. But if now we can finally leave now. I can finally stop looking at the other screen because it's up on my second monitor. I'd like to say that I do not plan to use it as AFK material. It's down there. But I do have it on right now. So I might as well see if I can use it as AFK capabilities, which, hey, I'm just saying, we could probably get some AFK abilities out of it, which would be nice, I'm not gonna lie. But one of the big problems we do have is that I can't film in the Nether with it, because I have a texture pack that makes all this look so much better. There's no fog. It's just this, so which is actually just wonderful. No fog actually is so nice, because we can see, right? It's awesome. Highly recommend going and checking out Vanilla Tweaks. I probably talked about it in the first episode, where a lot of my fans for the series come from is from the first episode. So thank you so much for watching that one. But I do quickly want to say, and I keep kind of redoing, but I can't film the Nether, so this is one of the projects I am doing off camera, is this, and then I gotta fix this and move it over a block. I don't remember which direction. I think, yeah, it was over a block that way, which shouldn't really suck that bad, but it will in the long run. It will. But that's really about it. But with the cam account now, I can finally show you, I don't know, some very loveliness called, once I get over there, which I don't believe I just talked from there to there, but whatever, it is what we can do. I can actually now, with the cam account, I can finally show you me destroying things, gathering things, building things, which hopefully is gonna spice up the content, make it so much better. I mean, obviously, if the time lapse doesn't look well or I don't do it right, I'm going to like, I'm gonna redo it. But now that we're over here, I do need to say this. This is the worst part about this. I have to take all of it down, every last bit of it. Nothing can come back. All of it has to be, and I would have loved to have done this separately off camera, but guess what? I got busy, so whatever. But that does mean I get to grab chest and stuff, and then I get to, like, I'm going to put chest right here, and I'm just going to throw everything in there. I got to go pick up all the tridents around here before we even can think about destroying. I don't know if the waterways are good or not, but I will keep, like, the mainstreams, like these ones, because I don't think they need to change. But then again, I will go and I will check. I'll make sure everything's good and whatnot. And then we will probably come in, like, once I take this all down and whatnot, you'll watch the time lapse for it, which, time lapse time. It's been a few years since I've done a time lapse. I'm not gonna lie. I am really excited for this. This is gonna break some new boundaries. And if there is one thing I wish I could do is, since this is Bedrock, I wish I could what's the word? I wish I could make my cam account spectator mode. It would make life so much easier. But guess what? No, it's not going to happen because that would be cheating, even though, like, half of us aren't getting achievements on here anyway. I don't know why I pressed escape. Sorry about that. But with enough of my yapping out of the way, I can finally announce, I can finally say this. Let's jump into a third-person time-lapse, and let's get this destroyed, and let's clean this place up, and let's make it look good. right, I hope you enjoy that time lapse. I know, first one of the series. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. But I went around off camera / off whatever it's called, and I just went around and I placed these. These are where they should be / where the spawner should be. So like it's a little bit off. It's like a block off. Like it's crazy just how much of a difference this is. But it's just crazy. Like it really does surprise me. These are just chests I didn't use, so I just kind of put them like that. But as you can see, we could keep this, and we could keep the water streams, and that just made life easier. So I'm going to say it now. I am not going to time-lapse this next part because I didn't think the last one went well. I reviewed the footage. It didn't really look that well. It didn't look good to me. So I'm going to do this off camera. And then I'll bring you in afterwards, which I know, there's going to be both. I'm going to do time lapses and I'm going to do cuts. But I'm really just trying to make this video about time lapses and new stuff and whatever we can. So, forgive me about that. I'm also dealing with limitations on, hey, I'm recording this on my Xbox and not, my PC. So there is that limitation where if the controller sits still for long enough, it will eventually fade. So, which sucks. If there's not game input, it will eventually fade, thinking it's just wasting your power, and will eventually just turn off, which I can't be having. I just realized there's a piece of redstone dust there. But, there's other things too, like, hey, the controller could die, and then all of a sudden I don't realize it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just I'm learning how to use it, and you have to let me do my thing. I also just have to really say, I just don't think you can visually see it the best of what we did. And that's right. Also, in the middle of recording this, the new Minecraft update came out, so we have pouches. We have little satchels. We have these now. We have bundles. We got bundles, which is so cool. Hold on, let me type in Yeah, here we go. Bundles, which finally came out. And here, actually, hang on. Let me pull up really quickly the notification talking about it right here. Dig into Bundles of Bravery. So it's a new update, and it basically just adds hardcore mode and bundles, which will probably cover most of the updates when they drop, and that's really about it because, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go hop back into the realm. See you there. All right, so now that that's out of the way, I guess I should mention, hey, this right here is in the middle of the farm. This isn't, so I'm going to move this real quick. I just realized I saw that. It was right there. Right, it should be, yeah, in the middle. Also, this doesn't get in the way. It's perfect spot right now. If you randomly see those up and around the spot, just be aware those are my AFK platforms for the camera account. So, sorry if it just doesn't make sense that there's just a random floating thing up there. But, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I got to say, but I don't think I need to say anything else. So, I will see you in just a second, and we're gonna have all the cages back up, and I'll probably be up there AFKing and testing it, so I hope this farm can get to work, meaning we can continue on the mega base. And I think the next thing we're gonna do is probably the storage room, because we're again running out of space, and I think I have a cool idea. So okay, enough of me talking. Let's do a quick. All right, the sun is rising. It is time. I do have more news to say. I actually had to redo the entire farm. Throw up the screenshot right now. I did have to take down the waterways. I had to take down that. And I was up it took me 5 hours. I was up really late. I don't mind, though. I don't care. But I just ran one simple little test right before this. And I missed. But wrong road. Oh, no. Okay, this one, right? Okay. Oh, and look at that. It works. It works, ladies and gentlemen. It works. Oh, my God. It works. Oh, dude, I cannot tell you how big of a smile I have on my face right now. Oh my goodness, because this was really. Hey, you can see him. Look, it's going. It's working. Oh my goodness, it's working. I am so happy it's working, guys. I don't think I can't even explain how happy I am right now. Which leads me to the next thing. Because my hands are off the keyboard right now, so I'm not really moving. But because I want to stand right here. Oh my goodness, this is great. I love this. This is going to be awesome. The next thing we need to do though is because of how much all the drops are. I need to make a storage system that doesn't impede onto this redstone or anything. So, or anything here. So, my original idea was to change this out into a item dispenser and then waterways taken away. But I think the main, how do I say this? The main, what's the right word to say? It's going to be big because it's going to be our mega base. But I think the pathway isn't going to be centered in here, but I do know it's a 4-block center, and it's just going to be like, it's really difficult to explain, and I think I'm going to, like, what's the right words? I'm going to have to, kind of, like, do a mock sketch up. Like, I have to put some placeholder blocks, really, for you to understand what I'm trying to do. So, that's probably what I'll do next, and I don't think I'm going to cam account it. I just think I'm going to bring you back in just a second, just so I can get some rough ideas out. And then I'll also talk about how it's a 2-block center instead of a 1-block, meaning everything will have to be even. If something's not even, everything's going to go wrong. I'm also probably going to take the beacon down now. So, yeah, just give me a second. I'll be right back. I know. 2 cuts back to back. I don't care. We'll probably what's the word? Have to do some other things later, but it's all right. Also, all of those chests down there are all empty. That's the only one that has stuff in it. So yeah. I'm gonna do really quickly another cut already. So yeah. Gonna stop that now. But let me get this rough idea up, and then I'll probably change up the cam account so I can build it better. All right. So this is what you have missed. What I've done. I made these little beams, not this. This we'll talk about that in a second. We've made these little pathways, and I kind of just made them, you know? Like, this is temporary block. These are the only thing that's actually confirmed, because they're going to be, like, what covers this, and it needs to happen. Because we can't put any blocks here, otherwise he'll break the whole thing and it won't work anymore, which we can't have, and I'm not going to rebuild this, well, I'm definitely not going to build these over 1 more block, because that was a pain in the butt, and there's math. But let's talk about the big elephant in the room. What is this? This is the mock design 1 for the room columns, which I was going to do, which I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a second. And as you can see, it's just too much of this, too much of that, and it's just too blue, right? It's kind of jarring. Is the right word to say, I think. And I don't like it. So I'm not going to do that design, and I'm glad I popped into a testing world and looked at it and checked it out. The storage system was actually going to be 16 blocks on each side, but I do have something else I'm going to do, and it works so much better. So I'm going to need to pop into a testing world, and then when we get back, it'll be time for a time lapse. So, all right, so here we are in the testing world. Behind me is what we need, and I need to actually move over to the side. So while I talk, this is going to be, ooh, I'm really excited to do this. I'm not going to lie. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm off. But there we go. Look at it. It looks so good. There is nothing much more I can say. I think it looks really good. It's not too jarring of just one color. There's an accent and then this, it just works. Also, just realized it's supposed to be like that. So, I mean, it kind of looks like a nether tunnel. I'm not going to lie. But it's not going to be. And it will look better when I get it on a bigger scale. So, I finally also found something to use prismarine for, which, that block was really difficult to use. And the same thing with the prismarine bricks. I'm not going to lie. They do look really, really difficult to put together. So, I'll tell you this right now. Here are the chests. Here's how we're going to do the sword system. It's going to be a 3x3 system and then a item sorter behind it. I don't have it set up for the mock design, but we will have it. And it's going to look a little wonky on one side because there needs to be a, I forget its name. There needs to be the stuff for the redstone, so it's going to look a little wonky at sometimes, but that's okay. I'm also using hoppers and not water streams, which I think is all right. I don't have a problem with it. There's nothing really I can say or do. I'm just going to do it because I think hoppers are just going to be easier. Yeah, sure, it's going to be heavier on the iron, but guess what? Iron farm next episode. But let us now jump into a third-person time-lapse, and let's start building the mega base finally and start placing stuff that isn't just a farm. I will say that was a pretty sick time lapse. I did the item sorter part, like did this part, without being in a time lapse. So if you're wondering where that was, that's not there. And there was some angles that are difficult to get with it. I'm still learning how to use it. It's difficult to use. Don't quote me on that, but I do really like this build. So let us head down here real quick. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. It actually looks really good. In fact, I'll tell you this now. These weren't in the original design, but they kind of work hiding these. And I can't put it on this side, sadly, otherwise it'll break the farm. But, yeah. And I'm glad I got this little half done, because now I can kind of... Oh, that's... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I need to, what's it called? I need to make an outer layer for this, which is going to be cool. I hope I do it right. But yeah, in the next episode, I think we'll be making an iron farm. And then hooking it into this already. And then we can just use some of the old system we already have. Like probably make these two for iron, and then that one for whatever it's called. I'm forgetting its name. For the poppies. It is really late at night, by the way. I'm super mega tired. I'm about ready to throw in the towel. But I do quickly want to address something else. I'm probably going to do some more fiddling with like this ladder and maybe some other things. But right here, this is the most weirdest thing I have on this right now, because just for some reason it just overflows if we have the 1, but for some reason with the 3 it doesn't, and it just works, and I don't know why. It just does. And I have contemplated putting in water streams, but it would just mean I'd have to destroy those and put them all up the block, and I don't want to do that. What I got now is good, and I found out originally that if there's a hopper here, it was being locked, so nothing could get through and everything was being stuck, and that's not good. So it had to loop around like that, which it's all right. It happens. We're still learning. There's a lot that we can do, but for now, I'm very happy that we do have the starter base finally, and we actually have the farm running. Now, that leads me to the end of today's video, so thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me, please drop a like and subscribe, because I would love that. It's greatly appreciated. My God, do I not know how to speak English. But if you want any of the dogs or any of the animals to be named after you, or anything that you have in the comments, please let me know. I'm going to be signing off for today, but I will say this, though. When we come back, there is going to be a circle around this so that I have the general census of what I'm going to do. And probably some smaller groundwork, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you like what I do, please subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for watching. I love you to death, and goodbye.